right, y'all, we gonna call a meeting to order. We're gonna start off with the invocation.
Hello.
All right, come on in. Start off with the invocation by Pastor Mary Moss right
She got
there.
that chicken in her mouth.
Yeah.
Well, I can always come up with an invocation.
There we go. That we talking about.
Precious God, our Father, we thank you now for another opportunity to gather together to handle your business, which is of great importance because it affects your people.
Yes.
Now we pray that this meeting will have meaning as well as purpose to the end that you get the glory. Thank you again. Bless the food that we have prepared in Jesus' name.
Amen. All right, now we have the pledge of allegiance. I don't mind leading that one. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can we have a roll call?
Yes.
All right.
Chief Carl Dunn,
Here.
Sergeant Connie Kurtz.
Here.
Ms. Jacqueline Nash Grant. Ms. Ingrid Payne. Councilwoman Carolyn Coleman.
Present.
Ms. Mary Washington.
Present.
Attorney Jennifer Mozant. Here. Ms. Kathy Coleman. Reverend Dr. Mary Whitley Moss. Here. Reverend Donald Hunter Sr.
He's outside.
Yes. Ms. Geraldine Key. Ms. Jerry Booker.
Here.
Senator Larry Selders. Coach Anthony Jones.
He's en route.
Ms. Sonia Boss. Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
I so move that we adopt the agenda.
All right.
Second.
All right, all in favor of adopting the agenda? Or we have any nays? No nays, we're good. All right. All right, we're gonna open it up for public comments. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? No public comments. All right, we're gonna start with our action item. Certification of the board minutes from last meeting, which was Thursday, January the 30th, 2025. And Thursday, March the 6th, 2025, that emergency meeting that we had. I entertain a motion for certification of the minutes. All right, second and second. All right, all in favor? Or we have any nays? All right. All right, action item B will be Finance Committee report, finance report, number 1, fiscal year 2025, Governor Office of Elderly Affairs, budget amendment, and a resolution for approval of fiscal year 2025, Governor Office of Elderly Affairs, budget amendment.
Jennifer.
Chairperson of the Finance Committee. I will reveal to Ms. Pratt.
All right, now he'll give me his press.
In your packet, you will see,
FY25 budget amendment with justifications. Should be packet in there. And that is our amended budget for this fiscal year. We have to submit it to the governor's office by April 30th of this year. I've gone through and made changes, and you can see from the justification that's attached, each line item of significant change. I had a little explanation for it. So I won't go into detail since we did in the Finance Committee meeting, but what I will say is that our revenue increased from our original budget. Mind you, the original budget happened like early July of last year. All of our contracts were not signed at that time, so I never include a budget until we get the signed contract, okay? So our revenue for the, at this point, increased by $903,022. Basically, that was some grants we got from the Governor's Office of Elderly Affairs, increase in Title III funding, additional money we got on an extension of a grant that had ended June, extended further, and NSIP funds. And we also had a balance left on the ARP grant, the food grant that we received from the city. Last year, at the end of June, we had a $213,461 balance that we had needed to spend. And that's included, anyway, it's 903,022 for our increase in revenue. The personnel costs for the time being decreased, $427,315 in salaries and a related $94,000 in fringe and benefits. And what that is, that totals $521,323 overall. And that's basically due to attrition. We had positions that we didn't fill, and as people would leave, we didn't fill those as well. So that's why it's resulting that way, why we have that large decrease there. Travel decreased a little bit. We said that we're gonna go through all of them. Significantly, okay, Tasha. If you look at your attached budget justification, it really explains what happened, what caused those items to change in our budget amendment. I would like to mention on our capital outlay, the vans that you approved last meeting, we did purchase 6 of them. I think it was 8 approved, we only purchased 6 of them. So we have new vans on the road, and we will be getting rid of 7 of the old ones that's like, some of them 10 years old. But we'll be getting rid of the older vans and replacing them with the 6 new ones that we purchased, rotating them out. As a whole, our revenue increased by $903,022, and so did our related expenses. That's basically it. Have any questions, you can always call me. Also included is the balance sheet. A couple of things I want to mention on that. We have, as you can see on page 2, it is, yes. Construction loan, Whitney Bank, the balance due on our loan for this building is $1,106,774.08, and it is due January of 2026. So once we pay that one off, somebody planning a big party. We're gonna have a note burning party on this rascal, yeah. But that's Lord willing, and nothing happens. He will. Okay, all right. I have to. I just have to always let him know we know he got us. You know, so I have to always say that. Okay. All right. And I want to mention too that we renewed our lines of credits with all the 3 institutions that we've continued to have them with since we've been doing this construction. Except the one at Currency, they gave us $1.5 million line of credit with barely any collateral, y'all. So go to Currency if you want to do business. They're good. They're good. They've been good to the Council on Aging, I can say that. All right, and then of course the last report, and there's a trial balance. All it does is just give you a complete listing of all the expenses by line item that we've spent this year and the amount that we spent on that. So that's basically our financial report. We'll need a resolution, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, you want to read, or you want me to?
Do I have the resolution?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
On the 24th day of April 2025, at a meeting of the Board of Directors of the East Baton Rouge Council on Aging, a corporation held in the city of Baton Rouge, state of Louisiana, with the form of the directors present, the following business was conducted. It was duly moved and seconded that the following resolution be adopted. Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the above named corporation does hereby accept the fiscal year 25 GOEA budget amendment. The above resolution was passed by a majority of those present and voting in accordance with the bylaws and articles of incorporation, and certified that the above and foregoing constitutes a true and correct copy of a part of the minutes of a meeting of the Board of Directors held on the 24th day of April 2025.
Take a motion.
We need to move to adopt it.
Yes. All right, we'll entertain a motion to adopt the resolution, and do I do it separate? I could do also accept the finance, also accept the finance report with the documentation and for what was noted as all justification to the modification by our county legal practice.
No.
All right.
Move to accept the.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. All right. Are there any nays? No nays.
Did we get a second?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Sign it for us.
Yes, ma'am.
That concludes my part of the presentation.
It does. It does.
All right. Yeah, we finished.
You finished,
All
Jennifer.
right, next item is going to be our Board Development Committee report. Board member open seat recommendations. We had 2 seats that were open, y'all, that the committee worked on to, I think we did some really good choices there. We got an at-large seats and a Zachary community.
She gonna make it in Jackie's absence.
Yes, Chairman, Chairwoman.
Okay. And so, Mr. Chairman just told you all what it is that we did, and we did meet. And you know, it's so important when you sit on this board, as good go off, good need to come back on.
Right.
And so there will be no gap. And so the Board Development Committee met on Tuesday, and as he said, there were two board member open seats. And that was an at-large community appointment and a Zachary community appointment. And so in your package, you ought to have with you the at-large community appointment. And that appointment, you have their letter, you have a picture, you have their resume. The only thing you don't have is their fingerprints. So you ought to be good with this. And so the at-large community appointment was Miss Tracy J. Woods. The Zachary community appointment, and again, you have all of that information, and that's Mr. Frederick L. Thomas. And so at this time, I will entertain a motion to accept these two recommendations in order that they can get started.
I'll make a motion that we accept Tracy Woods and Frederick L. Thomas.
Second.
So it's been moved in second and is back in your hand,
All
Mr.
right,
Chairman.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, are there any nays? No nays, all right. All right, action item D, y'all, the Governor's Office of Elderly Affairs Compliance Documentation, A, B, and C, ADA, Compliance Certification, Declarations of Nepotism, and Succession Plan Certification.
So you all have heard these documents before, board members. The first one, we do this certification annually. It's the annual certification for ADA compliance, and it basically just says that we list the sites that aren't ADA compliant. Currently, we don't have any. All our sites are ADA compliant, and so we would ask, and we're gonna ask to do all these together. We'll ask Chief to take the motion on all these together, but it's just saying that our facilities are ADA compliant. And then the next one is the Declaration of Nepotism Policy, and basically they have me to sign this every year. First of all, to make sure that we have a policy in our policy and procedure manual that says, for the purposes of form, nepotism is immediate family. It's defined as follow: husband, wife, father, father-in-law, mother, mother-in-law, brother, brother-in-law, sister, sister-in-law, son, son-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law, grandfather. And then it asks us, does this agency or agency on agent or council on agent employ any immediate family of the agency head or the board of directors? And so none of your children or family work here, and neither does mine. Okay, and so we'll get this signed and by the chair. And then the last one is succession plan. If you recall, we did this maybe a year or two ago, and all it is it's got all our job titles and rankings, and it's the succession plan if I have to go out beyond 30 days, or if I'm no longer here, who will be next. And you have a copy of the succession plan in your handbook, in your folder. It also spells out how you all will function as a board to vet and hire the next CEO. All right, Mr. Chair, that's it, and if we can get motions for these three.
Yes, ma'am.
In global, that will work.
All right, y'all, we're gonna entertain a motion for the GOEA compliance documentation, the ADA compliance, the Declaration of Nepotism, and also the succession plan certification. All right, second? Second by Ms. Mary Washington. All in favor? All right, are there any nays? No nays? Thank you.
That's Ms. Booker playing boots on the ground.
That's what she playing over there?
She playing boots on the ground.
All right, y'all, information item. This one we get to let Tasha be long-winded on. All right, we got our
And when I tell you-
CEO report,
And
y'all.
it's a lot too.
Yes.
That's why we fed you guys first today. First and foremost, I want to give you all an update as it relates to our proposition with the Metro Council. We have negotiated, if you recall from the last meeting, we negotiated with the administration and several Metro Council members and our council person appointee, Councilwoman Coleman. We negotiated that we would be considered with all the other entities and roll our millage forward, ask the people to roll our millage forward to the maximum amount, which is 4.25. 2.25. We currently receive about 2.0 in meals. And so with that being said, the agreement, we all went to the Thrive press conference, the agreement has been made. We are working on just a couple of due diligence pieces as it relates to the CEA, just a commitment that moving forward, the council would do its best and the administration not to roll us back again. And that, so we're satisfied with working with the amount that we've received, because as you know, we weren't getting the 0.25 anyway, it wasn't being collected. So they'll now collect the 0.25, which will be about 1.5 million annually that the administration will keep, and we'll keep the other 11 million. It came out, for us, it was a win-win situation. We'll get to run our millage with the other entities, in particular, the library and mosquito abatement. And so we will be going to the council meeting on May 14th. We would like for all of you to come and support this plan. The mayor will present the plan for the city council to vote on. He's calling it Thrive BR. We will answer questions and support the plan. And to be transparent, there is a fourth tax that will be discussed. It is the alimony tax. And we're not very clear, we meaning us, we don't really know exactly what it is. We understand it's some type of maintenance tax, but that'll be on the mayor to explain. We're gonna focus on educating the public on our vote as a nonprofit. We can't take any position on any of these issues. However, the mayor has agreed to support our all of the initiatives for the November election, as well as his alimony tax. And so it is our understanding a PAC has been established to support the library and the Council on Aging for its renewal campaigns. As you know, as employees, we can't tell citizens how to vote, and we can only educate. But the PAC can do all of the above, including say vote yes. So if all goes well, May 14th, we'll be educating the public on our 8 years of accomplishments. And as board members, you can engage the PAC, and you can play an active role in getting the vote out and asking for the yes vote for the tax renewal. So also, if you feel comfortable, you can also stand in support of any other taxes, especially the library, because we working together. We're gonna do, Mary Stein and I met with the library. We're gonna do some initiative, the seniors reading the books in the library or something like that. Seniors love books and books love seniors, whatever. And so we're gonna work together collectively. And so we will go to the Metro Council meeting on the 14th. The election will be held, if all works out on the 14th, November 15th. And so then we'll start our renewal campaign, our renewal initiative, right? And I do know the PAC is going to be, some folks are working on the PAC. It'll be probably spearheaded by Christelle Slaughter with SSNA, Dr. James Gilmore, Josh Hollins, and a few others, right? Some former board members have committed, board chairs actually have committed to working and helping get the initiative done too. So that's the information on that. Any questions about that? Because everybody's been asking me. If it's a no vote on the 15th, then on the 16th, we can run again. The difference between the library and us is if it's a no vote for them, then it'll take 1.5 years before they can get back on the ballot, get their initiative reconsidered. With us, because we're going a year early. Remember, our tax is not done and up until 2026. And we'll have money still coming to us from the first tax until 2027. So we won't be, none of our funds will be in question until 2028. So we can always go back and run again, and we've got commitment from the administration and the council members. If that does happen, that it'll be an easier road for us to get back on the ballot. Am I correct, Councilwoman Cole?
Yes, ma'am, and I'd like to say that Council
Okay.
on Aging, really, for lack of a better term, volunteered to be a part of this, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes, they volunteered to be a part of this, and then there has been conversation about that alimony thing, about
Yes.
maybe that not being.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus.
there has been some conversations.
That'd
of
be
more
great.
to come.
Okay.
Yeah, when I think of alimony, I think of a man or a woman giving a man a woman. That's what alimony is. to
That's
me.
right. That's right.
That's what, so, but there has been some recent conversation about that, maybe not being a part of this stuff.
Good.
What Council on Aging did, they volunteered to come forward and be a part of it.
All right. All right, any more questions? Okay, and so we had, we had a statewide agent conference, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and all the councils on agents and area agencies on aging from all over the state, they came and they took a tour of all of our facilities, and you'll see here, that's them, being bused from the hotel. They toured our facilities, and then we had a nice, networking event, at the Lotus Center where we got to, share ideas and just discuss about, what others are doing. And I want to say that my counterparts were very impressed about our progression. We are one of the most progressive councils in the state, because we're not doing the status quo. We're doing a lot of things that they're doing across the country. And so we've had several to call back to ask for ideas and ask for concepts and how we did some things. And so it was a great opportunity to share, and also for our oversight agency and our counterpart at the conference to recognize our work and our progress. So that happened sometime last month. And then, okay, moving on. We stuck? Yeah. Come on, True, you're going the wrong direction. As you know, when we brought all of this property around here, we also acquired, we have 3 houses that the council own, and we just completed our first one, fully renovated. We are going to have a grandparent raising their grandchildren in this house.
All right.
This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fully equipped washer and dryer, 2 bathrooms. Walked in, it's ADA compliant. It is also agent in place. So there's non-slip floors, non-slip tile in the bathroom, high handle grab bars for the cabinets and the lever doors. And so we're looking forward to our first ever Council on Aging tenant that we will be in charge of. And so we're gonna do we'll do a quick ribbon cutting before the end of this month, and hopefully we'll have our first tenant in by May, raising their grandchildren in this house. It's a really, really nice house. We really want to keep it for ourselves so we can just go around there and have slumber parties, but we're gonna put a senior in this house, and then we'll be moving on to the next 2. It's our intention to do the next 2 together so we can get them in commerce before we have to go for elections. So we'll be doing those. It's the first time we got to flex and use our own contractor license.
All right.
We pull our pyramids and do our own work. So we're really excited about the outcome of the house. We really don't want nobody in it, but. And then, so just some things for your calendar. We are having a Mother's Day brunch on May 8th. We would like for you all to come if you can. It's at the Baker Municipal Center. Mayor Waits will help co-sponsor it by allowing us to use his wonderful facility. And we're gonna feed the seniors. We already have about 500 ladies already signed up in 2 days, right? And so we're gonna the chief gonna put on his flowers, and we're gonna wear our fascinators. We're gonna have brunch and a little music, and our good board woman, Attorney Nash, will be the speaker for the day.
All
So
right.
we're gonna have a great time there. What we got next? Yeah, we're gonna be real festive, okay? And then just a reminder that this went in the paper today. The annual meeting is May 15th, and on that day there are the 2 recommended, or the 2 new board members that you all selected will be affirmed, as well as 3 others for their second term, and they are?
Miss Jackie Nash, Miss Geraldine Key, and Connie Curse?
Is it Connie Curtis?
Connie Curse.
I don't think it's Connie.
No, it's not.
It's the third one,
It's the
but
third
you,
one.
it's just
Yeah.
for your reaffirmation for your second term,
Mhm.
okay?
So everyone has to, if you can, please clear your schedule, because it's mandatory for everyone to be present, please.
Look at
Instead of
Karen.
2:30, it's at 4 o'clock.
It's at 4 o'clock.
It's at 4 o'clock, yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
it's
be
at 4
here,
o'clock.
in this building.
4 o'clock, May
Third-
15th.
May 15th.
Thursday, May 15th at 4 o'clock.
Yes, and immediately after the annual meeting will be our board, meeting, and at the board meeting, that's when we
Elect the officers. Okay. And that's when, Chief, he's one of the ones that'll be rolling off. Chief has given us 6 years. It feel like more than that, but he's given us 6 years. He's really been committed to the council.
Yes.
So we'll most definitely show him our appreciation. Chief and Ingrid will both be going at the same time, right? All right, next. And that's the general membership drive is open now. And we have Father's Card show. I don't know if any of you came last year, but last year we had over 55 old cars at the Antioch Center. This time we have over 100 cars. They won trophies. The fathers had barbecue. It was just a whole romance out there that day, and we fellowship. We had a good time. We had all kind of fathers, and some of these seniors really have some great cars that they've done and remodeled. We had the lead engineer from Chevy, came from Texas and his Corvette, and brought all of their stuff. So if you get a chance, you guys put that on your calendar. It's June 11th. What time is it at?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. It's from like 9 to 1.
So that's not for the men only.
It's not just for the men only. No, women. They came. They came. And they had a good time. So you can come check the cars out if you want. It's 10 o'clock? No, 9 o'clock? I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. My apologies. And then we have this year we're doing Senior Skip Day a little different. We're going to break up the way we did it last year. We're going to just do the fun part first, and then we'll do the educational part by itself, because they didn't really want to do education and party. They just wanted to party. So this time what we having is June 27th, Friday, June 27th. We having a Senior Skip Darty, which is a day party. These young people come up with day parties, a darty. It's the darty. It's at the Celtic Studios at the movie where they make the movies, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Western wear. We wearing our boots and dukes and trail ride gear, and we're gonna have some good music, food, and a good time. So get ready. We already expecting about 1,500 seniors at this event. So a time is going to be had. We expect to see you in your your Dukes and Boots, Councilwoman,
I shall be there.
at the Darty.
You got your boots?
I got mine. You know one thing about it,
Yeah.
they make it in my size, I'm gonna have. And then we're gonna do the education. We're gonna do a 2-day Healthy Aging Conference at the River Center on September 18th and 19th. We have all kind of national vendors coming in to talk about healthy aging, how we do that, and things that we can use, nutritional supplements and nutritional products that we can use instead of medication. All kind of vendors. We're gonna have hair vendors, all kind of vendors. So it'll be a 2-day event at the River Center, and it's open for all the seniors, but all the public too as well, for folks in the senior club. So that's gonna be at the River Center. And then you guys already know about Thanksgiving. And then lastly, I just wanna say, a lot of my staff, I have 4 staff members right now. They're at the American Society on Aging Conference in Orlando, learning all the great new things that's happening in the aging network and aging trends. And then we'll have our management retreat, staff and management retreat will be in Henderson, Louisiana. And then the last thing I have 2 employees that are going to Lake Charles next week for the DOTD conference. Last year we won the award for Best New Transportation Department. And so we're looking forward to getting our second award, right? Because we're real competitive over here. And then we have the U.S. Agent Conference. Some of the managers will go to that in Chicago, July 20th to the 23rd. And then the National Meals on Wheels Conference in San Antonio. Some of my Meals on Wheels drivers, as well as the department head, will go to that conference. And that concludes my report. I wasn't that long, Chief. I did pretty
No,
good.
you did good.
Did I forget
Real
something?
good.
Yes, you did.
What I did? What did I forget?
Yes, the planting of the roses.
Oh,
over there.
yes,
Yeah,
and I do want to say,
Yes, at the Leo S.
that's
Butler
right.
Center,
We
please.
did, we participated with the Lieutenant Governor's Keep Louisiana Clean Boots, what do you call it? What do you call it? Love the Boots month, and we did planting of knockout roses at the Leo S. Butler Center. We did a little landscaping and put some new benches out there so the seniors can sit on the benches and in love with the
All right.
roses. And then we cleaned up around this area, and we also did planting and landscaping and flowers at the Dumas House. We planted and at the Pearl George Center, all right? And so we got some beautiful places, and we hope that they don't take our flowers. A couple of the seniors said they wanted to take our flowers. And then lastly, you all and me, we are invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony at Alzheimer's Services, which will be Charlie's Place Street. And if you know anything about Alzheimer's, Charlie's Place has an adult activity respite program where if you have dementia or Alzheimer's, they will keep your parents while you go to work or while you do whatever, and it's a home-like facility. We are partnering with them to open the one in Baker.
right.
We are giving them a $75,000 grant to pay for fees for the elderly seniors in that area to participate in the program. So the ribbon cutting is on May 22nd. All right, and that's it. Thank you. That's it? All right. Mr. Chad, that's it.
All right. Is there any unfinished business? Any unfinished business? New business. Is there any new business? See, Tasha, that food kicking in.
That's
now.
kicking in.
They ain't even looking up, Tasha. All right, y'all. I entertain a motion to adjourn. All
All
right.
right.
All
All
right.
right. Thank y'all.
Council on Air.